subscribe to the Donnie Houston Podcast, man. We're gonna bring Ray Daniels in, man. Like I said, he's one of the top executives in the game, man. Um, Tied to, I mean, all kind of just incredible records, man, incredible careers. And I'm sure you've seen him on here. Everybody follows him, man. He's always on the gram and on his show, giving game. And what's going down, man?
What up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm talking to you, brother. How can I be mad?
I hear that. Hey, nah, man, that's how I feel, bro. I see you got that jewelry back there looking real nice, man.
Man. I see yours too, man. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta let people know you've done something.
Yeah, well, this was a gift, bro. This is the Ghetto Boys Mind Playing Tricks plaque, man. They just gifted it with me, the gold plaque that they got when they went gold, man. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh, you was
yeah.
around with the Ghetto Boys?
No. It was a gift to me, man. It was a gift. So
Okay. Got you what you're saying.
yeah. Ghetto Boys DJ Damo, man. He gave it to me, man, because I'm just out here in the H, man. Just talking about the culture and keeping everything that we doing alive,
Man,
bro.
listen,
So people just bless
I
me,
wanna come to H-Town to do something, man.
bro. We got to do
Like,
that, like for real, for real.
I have this. I'm putting together something. We could talk offline about it, but I'm putting together something with one of my sponsors where we're gonna pick like 5 cities, and I'm just gonna go, do like like an 8-hour workshop, but like film a show, do like stuff, and I want to go to like different markets and like really give information, man. Not to like take over, but like I'm just like I love our people, man, and I feel like only thing our people lack is information.
Yeah,
And if we
bro.
can get it to them, we can really change some lives. So like I'm really on this mission to like change some lives out here and really do this. So man, like I would love to come to H-Town and do that.
Well, listen, bro. I'm down. You got my word, bro. I'm down. Whatever you need, man. And even what you're saying, like. I'm excited to do this because, bro, I want to say I first got on my radar. I saw you with my boy B-High. It was a few years
That's my
ago. You know what I'm saying? That's one of
brother.
my boys. Yeah, that's my boy. And then my boy New Face, when you had the platform, he was like, "Hey, man, hey, have you familiar with Ray Daniels?" And I was telling him I seen you on B-High, and he was like, "Nah, check out his show. I think you gonna mess with this." So, bro, I've
Yeah.
been tapped in ever since, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. You never know who's watching. You never know who you're affecting. We live in a new world, man, of the internet, man. So you got to just put it out there, man, and just pray that things work your favor, and it has been. I'm not gonna lie, it has
Yeah,
been.
yeah, and that's like I was saying, bro. It comes off like, and not even come off because it is. You just have this wealth of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying about coming down and sharing. And like when I listen to you talk, man, like I hear the passion. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this boy is free. You know what I'm saying? You speak freely, dog. And I can tell it's coming from a place of like you're not just running your mouth, bro. Like there's a purpose behind what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
glad
it's
to
a
see that.
I know it's a deeper like meaning and reasoning behind everything, man. So can you kind of tell me like what even got you here? Like, prior to music, like what was that whole journey?
Man. I'm glad you asked that. I feel like shout out to my boy Daniel in here, Daniel Smith. We work together at Rock Nation. You know Daniel?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Nah.
he said you was man. Yeah, Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, Dan Smith. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man, that's
Man,
my
listen,
nigga, bro. That's my nigga,
me
bro.
and
That's my
me
nigga.
and him grew up, bro, like 2 streets away from each other. We grew up
Yeah,
hooping and all
he
that.
just
That's
said
my
he in here.
boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my family. That's my family. So I see a couple of God Squad members in here. I just got to shout out my people, Chastity. These are people that's in my community. I talk to them twice a week. We've been building and stuff, man. But to answer your question, bro, I always say, my faith, my my fate wasn't in my hands. Uh, and and America, especially Black America, they usually pick the spots for us. We don't realize it though. Like what I mean by that is like, when you're a kid, man, I've always been conscious as a kid. So when you're a kid and you see, a janitor, you're always like, how the fuck does someone become a janitor?
Right.
Like, were they on crack? Like what happens when you become a janitor? I was conscious about shit like that. I don't know why. I was just like, how is this grown person a janitor? Like, or how is this grown person working at McDonald's? Like, and
It's
what you don't
crazy hearing you
realize.
say this. It's crazy hearing you say this because I would be young and my mind would go the same way. Like, bro, what is going on here? I always seen that same shit like that, dog.
Exactly. And so for me, I always was wondering that. I, so when we were in school, you start paying attention to how they pick their favorites, right? So like, I remember we was in school and they would pull the athletes out because there'll be a famous athlete to come talk to the athletes. I'm not an athlete, but his message can still affect me. Why can't I hear? Or I remember Mae Jameson, who was the first black woman to ever go out of space, came to my middle school, and they took all the really, really highly smart kids, and she met with them. And I just remember, so the people that they focus on are usually the musically inclined, the talented, the sports kids, or the really high intelligent kids that really get good grades, right? So that's about 15% of the students, maybe 10. What about the rest of us? We're supposed to figure it out. We are set up to be the janitors.
Yeah.
We are set up to be those people. Like I was like, and when it hit me, I'm like, damn. So I graduated high school. I don't know what I want to do in my life. I'm a fuck up. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't a fuck up, bro. I was a fuck up, and I don't know what I'm gonna do in my life.
No
And my
college.
mother,
No plans in college or
well,
none of that shit. Just
I wanted to go to college, but I wasn't good at high school. So how do I think I'm accept? Like I was just real with myself. Like I wasn't great at high school. So how am I? But I went to college. But when I graduated high school, my mother signed me up for the Air Force. And my mother was like, you're going to go to the Air Force. They're going to pay you X amount of dollars. And then you're going to send me a check every month. And I'm like, I signed up. I took the test. I passed it. And then my recruiter called me at 6 o'clock in the next morning after I passed and woke me up. And I was like, bro, I'm sleeping, man. He was like, well, you need to wake up, man. You're going to be getting up every day at 6 a.m. And I remember thinking, like, I don't want to do this. But I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I signed up for college. I'm like, at least, because, my mom was like, you're going to do something, so I signed up for college. I don't know what I want to do. I'm starting to work at Delta. But the reality was, my college was secondary because I had a job since I was a kid, right? So I'm working at the airport, and I'm pushing wheelchairs. I'm pushing wheelchairs with my mother, by the way. My mother works pushing wheelchairs too. I worked at Chick-fil-A with my mother, by the way. So you gotta understand, for me, I'm embarrassed that my mother is one of those adults that has to do these jobs. So, because I'm in there with kids who's like, well, my mom does this, my mom does. I'm like, damn, my mom works with me. So I remember just being like, this shit ain't gonna be my life. Like, as the passion you hear me talking, is that feeling of like, oh shit. This is what I'm the guy that's supposed to be the regular person. I started looking for opportunities. I started speaking life into myself. I just started like paying attention. I started reading more. I wasn't even in music by then. And then it was almost like I woke up and then I said, God, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna prepare for anything. Because I was working, and at this time I'm working at Delta, so I could fly anywhere. So I'm like, well, I can go to LA and meet people in LA. I've never been to LA. I'm like, I can go to LA and meet people. I can do all. I'm like, the world is ours. We're 18, 19. Like, let's go. And nothing came. And then one day somebody asked me, I went to college with. He was like, yo, man, can you help me with something? And I was like, what it is? And he was like, I went to his house and he played me some music. And he was like, since we've been kids, when you talk, people listen. Since we've been in 7th grade, when you spoke, people listen.
do
Speak
you
about what I'm doing.
do you remember what you were saying at that time? Like some of the things, and do you know it? Did you realize
Yeah.
that people were paying
Yeah.
attention to what you were saying?
No. I wasn't. See, that's the thing. It wasn't that I've always had an opinion. I just never had a direction. I had an opinion. I just had no direction. So I always talked about life. I wasn't dumb. I just wasn't good in school. Like I tell people this all the time. School is setting you up to be a worker, right? Let me tell you how I tell you that. What are me and you doing right now at this very moment on live?
We're just talking.
Boom, talking, right? What's the one thing they tell you to not do in school?
Not talk. Yeah.
Nigga, you already put me behind the 8 ball. So guess what? When an athlete wants to go, when they got a game that day, they let the athletes leave, 7th period. They don't have to do the last 2 periods because they got to get ready for practice. Well, bitch, why can't I talk for practice?
Yeah.
Why can't I be that? And guess what? I'm making millions of dollars talking. So fuck everybody I went to school with. Fuck all my teachers. That's why I act the way I act. Because I caught them setting me up. I caught them sending me down that road. And I was like, oh, nah. That's not where I'm going. I'm going this way. So I did it. And you hear me talking passionately because I did it in spite of people telling me I couldn't do it. My mother telling me I ain't shit. People telling me, how you gonna make music? How you gonna win the music? You don't have no fucking talent. I'm making more money than the talent now. Because they don't teach black kids that you can be more. They teach black kids your way into the NBA is on the court. They don't teach black kids you can go be a ball boy and work your way up to the camera. I mean, to the guy that reviews tapes, to the guy that becomes a coach. Eric Spoelstra is fucking probably my age, been coaching for 15 years. How? Because he started off at 18 in the fucking video room. Meanwhile, they're making our kids go on stage or go to the game. So that's when I started realizing I gotta talk to my people. I gotta tell them that there's so many ways to win in life, and it don't have to be the ways they tell you. Look for other ways. And now there's no excuses because there was no YouTube back then. YouTube could teach you how to do anything. Why wouldn't you know what I mean? So it's like, there's no excuses. So all I try to do is just show people that you can be yourself and win. And that's all I'm really focused on, man. My mission, like I told you before we even started with that conversation, my mission is to change lives. My mission is to help people. My mission is to show people themselves. Like,
tell me, because
you got to see yourself.
Yeah. Man, you said a lot just now, but you said you was like, man, you know, my mom said I wasn't gonna be shit, and like, you know, it'd be hard for me to talk.
Be shit. She said you ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
Not you wasn't.
Yeah.
Not even gonna try to be shit. You already ain't shit, so don't try.
Did you? Because for me, my mom wasn't that experienced, but like my mom was really trying to push the college thing on me because that was kind of what she wanted to do, and she didn't get the opportunity to do that. And it took me a long time to really understand it that way. I just felt like, damn, like, Mom, I'm telling you, I want to move to LA and I want to this and that, and I ain't really getting the feedback I think I deserved. Did you interpret it that way, or like how did you deal with that whole thing to overcome that?
I don't know, man. That's a great question, bro. Like, I didn't think my mom loved herself. So how you gonna love me? My mom didn't think she could be shit. How she gonna tell me I could be? Think about that. Like, how can you tell somebody they can do something that you've never done? You've never even tried to do it. So I gave her grace.
It's the unknown. It's the unknown. I'm
glad you brought that up because if there's anybody listening, this is the most important thing I want you to know. Whatever your kids want to do, if it don't make sense to you, it's not about you. Support them. Imagine how many kids you think went over to their parents and said, I want to be a YouTuber 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And parents were like, you want to go to college. And then they see Mr. Beast making $30 million a month. And they're like, why are you not being a YouTuber? I was trying, Mom. You told me I should go to college because that's what they told you to do. We have to allow our kids to be free and grow up with their own minds, their own brains, and figure out what they want to do, what's going to make them happy. Because we got all these grown-ass people who are miserable. You see it. How many people you see commenting? Me and you talking about love right now. It's going to be one motherfucking here that's going to say something negative.
Yeah.
These people, I don't get mad at that. They're unhappy, bro. They're unhappy because they did what the world told them to do. And they hate me and they hate you because we did it our way. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not too late to do it your way. It just takes a little bit of balls and some confidence in yourself to go for it.
Yeah. So tell me, man, like what was the transition? Like you say your boy hit you up, you know what I'm saying, to check out some music. Like that whole thing. Where does that go, you know?
So
and was it shit dope? Did he have dope shit?
He was incredible. But the problem was he didn't know what he was selling. So he was a guy that can play, he could rap, he could sing, and he could produce. But he wanted to be Puff, but he didn't want to be in front of the camera. He wanted to find his own biggies. But every time we would bring somebody to meet him, they wanted him. And it was like he was one of them kids that wasn't really cool in high school, just being honest. So I think he liked the attention. And that's another thing I want to stress to people. Stop doing what feels good. A lot of us do what feels good. Like, oh, that feels good to me. That doesn't mean it's good for you. Do what's going to make you better. And sometimes, and you know and I know, sometimes what makes you better doesn't always feel good.
Thanks.
But it makes you better, and then you feel good. So it's like, it's two ways to live your life. Instant gratification or delayed gratification. 97% of the world are living their life with instant gratification. The other 3% understand that there's a delayed gratification. And let me give you a small example. You're trying to lose weight. It's a whole bunch of fried chicken and cake on the table. Instant gratification is eating that cake right now. That's instant. Delayed gratification is knowing if I eat that cake right now, it's going to feel good for a second. And then 5 minutes from now, I'm going to be like, why did I eat that cake? So go for the a delayed gratification and give yourself. So now you start enjoying the process of it all. So now you're looking for, so if some of those gratifications are delayed, my brother, I ain't gonna act like it's like you're going to see results tomorrow. But what I'm saying is that if you commit and you understand that you can either be a person that needs instant gratification or a person that doesn't mind waiting for the gratification, that's the difference between Elon Musk and a motherfucker that work at McDonald's.
That's some real shit, bro.
He knew.
That's real shit.
He waited. He did what he did, and then he won. I got my delayed gratification years ago. I'm getting it every year, though, because every year I'm putting in more seeds, planting more seeds, and getting more wins. But that gratification is really, really, really it's really like the thing that stops us or can propel us.
Yeah.
Somebody said 10 to 12 years later. Yeah, 10 to 12 years later. But look at it like this. You know, I like to tell people, this. I'm like, I don't know how old you are, bro. That's not my business, but I'm gonna just say, let's go back to you over 30?
I'm right under. I'm gonna be 40 this year. I put it out there.
Okay,
I ain't
perfect.
tripping.
That's what I'm saying. So let's go back to 32. When you was 32, you remember a lot about that year?
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit, right? A little bit. You got to go look at pictures.
Yeah.
But my point is this: imagine in your year of being 32, you sacrificed that entire fucking year. What do you think your life is at when you're 39 now?
Yeah.
Totally
I think about this shit all the time. I think about this shit. That's something I had to come to grips with. Like, bro, you got to give that shit up right now if you really want to do it
and
in the
that's what I
long
tell
run.
everybody. I always tell people, when does it start? When does it start? Like, okay, you on your way to the top. When does it start? Because in your mind, you think God is going to send someone to grab my hand and take me there. Because God hears my prayers. Nah,
It don't work like that, big dog.
don't work like that, nigga. You're going to have to walk, and you're going to have to show, and you're going to have to cry, you have to look embarrassed, you got to do all of that shit. You got to do everything. But that instant gratification moment makes it all worth it. It all worth it. And for me, the way I look at my life, I'm just like, I ask people, which one do you want? You want instant gratification? I'm not the guy for you. Because, nigga, I'm going to do the work today, and I'm not even looking for the results tomorrow. I don't even look for the results. One day it just shows up, and I'm like, damn, oh, shit. Bro,
The work is a part of the journey, bro. I be telling people the work is a part of the journey, man.
You know, another thing, and I'm not going to act like I know it all, because I don't. But I will say this. Up until around 3, I was unhappy. Not unhappy, but I had happy and unhappy moments like everybody else.
You said 3?
About 3 years ago. It changed for me. Like, I've been making money since 2000. I got my first check in 05. I started getting real checks in 07. So I've been making money since 07. Made a lot of mistakes. I had money to put in Bitcoin and shit like that. Never did it. Wish I would. I'd probably been way richer. So I realized all of the mistakes I made just trying to just thinking I know. So I stopped acting like I knew and I just started listening. And once I started listening, I started paying attention I'm conscious with myself. So about 3 years ago, I was at this major label and shit didn't work out for whatever reasons. And it wasn't my fault. It was just, and by the way, it wasn't my fault. And they ain't recovered since I left. I still putting up more points on the outside than they are. Like I'm still putting up more points on the outside than they are. But the point of this is that I was working at a label and then I was like, what's next? And then I'm like, about 3 years ago, I was like, I'm tired of asking what's next. I got tired of asking what's next. And I'm like, because then what happens is that I set another goal and I go for it. But then I'm unhappy until I get to that goal. So now I'm a miserable nigga until I get to my goal and then I'm happy. And then I'm happy for like a week and then I'm like, okay, I did that. Now it's next. Now I'm back to misery again, right? So I realized that it was a cycle that I was in my whole life. And I was like, you know what? That stops now. So I don't focus on what's next. I just focus on enjoying where I'm at right now and being the best I can right now.
It's crazy to hear you say this, bro, because I'm not going to front. Like, I'm probably a year into shifting my mind into that. Like, it's not about that, man. Just continue to work on yourself, be the best you can be, continue to, do what you're supposed to do instead of, like you say, man, you be up and then you down. You know what I'm saying? Then it's the next thing.
I felt it. And, I always looked at myself. I would say this to people. I'm like, I think I'm the greatest average man to ever live. Like, I think I'm the greatest average man ever. Like, I'm like, and To me, that's my way of saying anybody can do it. Because it's nothing about me that's great. Nothing. Nothing about me. It's not. And what I mean by that is like, let me take that back. There's nothing about me that's obviously great. I'm not 6'8", could run 300, could run a 4.4. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a piano in front of me and I can make a sound. You know what I'm saying? You can't put me in front of some shit and I can figure it out through an algorithm. I don't have none of that. All I got is my heart, that I care, that I'm a caring person, and I got this will that I won't quit. And I've won with that. I've won, but I wasn't happy. I'm happy now. The reason I'm happy now is because I don't focus on the destination anymore. I just focus on the journey. And I enjoy the fuck out the journey. Like yesterday, bro, I shot 5 shows yesterday, bro. Like 5 episodes, bro. I was so tired. And I went home and I couldn't sleep. And usually when I can't sleep, I'm like, because I usually wake up like 7, 8 in the morning. But I get home at like, I got home last night at like 4 o'clock. So I'm like, damn. So I'm thinking like, I'm going to wake up at 7. What am I going to do? I'm going to do it. I'm like, wait, why are you worrying about that? You shot 5 shows yesterday. You handled all your business. Nigga, you can take the day off tomorrow if you want to. Like, it's your journey, bro. And today I just took the day off. I only came to the office to talk to you.
Man, appreciate it, man.
So when I tell people, it's like, especially black people, especially our people, especially not only black people, especially poor people. Like, I understand that because I've been that poor. I understand the mentality, I understand everything. And I'm here to tell you that it is misery, but no one's going to pull you out but you. It's like, and I know a lot of us say, God got me. Have you, by the way, I learned a lot of shit from movies. Have you ever seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah.
One of my favorite, that's probably my favorite Will Smith movie outside of I Am Legend. There's a part in the movie where his son says, he tells a story about this guy who, I guess his boat sank and he was swimming in the ocean
Yeah.
and he was waiting for God to save him. And he
Yeah.
said, one guy came up with a boat and was like, hey, you want to help? And he was like, nah, God got me. And then another guy pulled up like, hey, you want some help? I'm like, nah, God got me. Third guy comes, God got me. He dies. He goes to heaven. He says, God, I thought you were supposed to have me. He said, I sent you 3
Sent him.
fucking boats, dummy. See what I'm saying? So when you start looking at it from that standpoint, it becomes like, my nigga, blessings come through people, right? So if that's the case, then that means I can be a blessing. So I just chose to be a blessing rather than looking for blessings. And then I got more blessing I've ever been in my life. It's like
That's
everything
real.
I wanted came true when I stopped. It's like stop focusing on what I wanted and start focusing on seeing how I can help somebody else get what they want.
But you said that the 3-year thing was that. When did this part come about?
The 3-year thing happened. The 3-year thing happened when I left my last job because, not to get
But
into it.
I'm saying what we're talking about now when you said about being the blessing and this and that. This is all tied into that, or this happened prior
This
to
is
that.
all me. I've always thought that way, but I was unhappy because I was like, because I was always trying to get somewhere, and then I started realizing like I'm in a never-ending cycle of chasing money and being unhappy. So I stopped chasing money. I stopped focused on destinations, and I just started trying to be a good person. And it's like everything I wanted came true. Like everything I wanted happened for me. So when I tell people, I'm like, the problem is that you're praying, but you're not committing. You're praying for
Boy,
something, but you're
come
not
on, bruh.
committing.
Come on, man. Yeah,
You see what I'm
I
trying to
know
say? Because it's
exactly
like,
what you mean. You
yeah,
praying
because it's
for it,
like,
but
so many
the
people.
prayer comes with some type of sacrifice. It comes with something.
But I'm gonna take it deeper. And I'm not being arrogant. I'm being honest because it's true. There are people praying to meet me and you right now. There's somebody praying to run into me and you. And by the way, we ain't hard to run into, right?
Yeah,
Because we run into people every day. We just haven't run into
right.
that person. But here's the thing: are they prepared? How many people run into you and say, "I gotta play you something"? Then you hear it and they're like, "Nah, that's not it."
Yeah,
No, I'm trying. It's like, bro, instead of praying to
you're not
meet me,
ready. Yeah,
you should have been preparing to meet me. Nigga, prepare to meet me. So when you meet me, you prepared. Dog,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can walk. There's no situation you can walk me into that I'm not gonna be ready for, because I'm ready for anything, because I'm prepared for anything. I didn't know. I didn't know what we was talking about. All I know is my publicist said we gonna do it, and Chassie said we gonna do it, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Period. That's my publicist right there, JW_Gallo, saying follow me on LinkedIn. I love him. But that's why I did this, bro. You could have been talking about sports. I'd have been ready. You could have been talking about politics. I'd have been ready. You could have been talking about religion. I'd have been ready. Whatever you would have brought up, I would have been ready. Because I ain't praying for opportunities. I'm prepared for them motherfuckers. And that's why I'm rich and most people aren't. Because I wasn't praying. I was praying at night. But during that motherfucking day, God knows, I was working. And then I was as I pray, I'm like, what can I do better tomorrow? Simple as that.
Man, what really turned you up from the like you say, the friend brought you into the whole idea of like maybe I can do this music thing, but like what was the thing that really put you in the game and say, all right, now I'm here and now, this is what I'm gonna do with my life.
You see what I'm saying? That's two different questions. Now I'm here and this is what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. Those two different moments in my life.
Okay, so when you got in, you still weren't convinced that this maybe is what you should be doing.
Well, it wasn't that. I was speaking so much about opportunity that this one found me, and I thought I could do it. Because he was only asking me to do what I'm naturally good at, talk. He said, if you can talk to people about what I do, we can make a whole lot of money. I can do that. So I just committed to it. I committed to it. I was like, and when I tell I committed to it, bro, it's so much more to the story. Because that guy, me and him wound up falling out. Because we wasn't really friends. We just went to school together. It was like a dude I spoke to. And then I started, and by the way, he wasn't cool in school. And I don't know what it was, but I'm not going to let you make me feel lame now because we out of school, nigga. You was lame in school. You ain't going to try to make me lame because you got talent all of a sudden, nigga. So he played the fuck out of me one day, and I left. And I didn't know what I was going to do, and I started working with these other guys. And these other guys, this guy named Banja, this nigga will rip into, like, dog, everything wrong with me this man confronted me about. And mind you, I was so committed to it that I listened. Because
Was he
sometimes
an older cat? Or like what was his position?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that. He was older, but he was African. And his position was, you are just like every other fucked up American that thinks they know everything, their way is right, and you're not always right. So then it was like, no, what you talking about? Then he would say stuff to me like, if this happened, would you do it? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? And he was like, because you didn't find out how he felt about it. Like, so it was like all these things, like the word that he would teach me. I mean, I hate saying the word because I heard it so much from when I was 22 to when I was 25 was diplomacy. Every day, diplomacy. You need to learn diplomacy. You just think you can say what you want because you feel it. You think you can do what you want because you feel it. And that's not the world you live in. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. And I wanted it so bad that I listened. So that's the thing. There are guys who are better than NBA players that's not in the NBA. The only difference between those guys and the guys in the NBA is that they listen. Because it's not about you. It's about the team. You can play, but it's not a one-on-one league. It's a 5-on-1 league. So, 5-on-5 league. So, when you start understanding, like, everybody it's 77 people in here right now. Everybody watching this has a God-given gift, have God-given talent, have abilities to work. I see Lil Donald here. Shout out to my bro, Lil Donald. They have all of those
I
things.
just saw him on the show.
The only difference between everybody else and those guys is the motherfuckers that are not afraid to try. Are you afraid to try? Dog, me and you could have got on here and nobody was in here. Will we still have this conversation?
Yeah.
Because we committed to the spot. Imagine me and you saying, let's wait till we get 80 people in here to start talking.
Yeah,
Nigga, we
that's
don't
not what we're
know.
here for.
People as people come in, people gonna be leaving out. So
Thanks.
you can't worry about the people. You only can worry about what you're doing and let the rest work itself out. I always tell people, give God a chance. Most of us lose. And I speak like this, so I'm going to just speak how I speak. Most of us lose because we want to bust our nut too fast. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, you wake up with, I have an executive coach, he taught me this. If you wake up with 100% power, it's like those video games you used to play where a man got 100%, every last one of us has a energy bar in us. All of us do. And the problem is that a lot of us apply it early, first, quick, without thinking, and then it's gone, and now we're struggling. I always tell artists, if you want to be an artist, don't be a struggling artist. You don't have to anymore. You don't have to be a struggling artist in this new market. You can get a job and be an artist and put music out one by one by one. The only problem is that you gotta put yourself in a position where, as an artist, you're not running out of resources, energy, and now you're like, Ray, I need help. Donnie, I need help. I need help. Somebody help me. Help me, dog. You spent your year money in a month. You spent your money for the year in 1 month because you wanted it so bad and you thought you were so special and you just thought, all I got to do is pay this, and you fucked up. And now you're fucked up. So what I tell people is give God a chance to enter the room. And sometimes he might enter. You ever seen them? It's a meme where it shows like it's a cartoon guy and he's chopping, and one guy's close to the goal and he walks away, and the other guy's farther from the goal, but he won't stop chopping. Man, you know how many times I see that shit happen to people in my life? Probably dealing with so much shit, but I still keep chopping every day. I gotta chop because what's my other option? Not chop and let them win. Not chop and let these motherfuckers who already told me I wasn't gonna win tell me I told you on shit. Oh, nigga, I'm about to show you something. I got something for that ass. Wait till you see this.
Man, that's some real shit. That's real shit, bro. Damn. Okay, so we still talking about, you know what I mean, you we going hard, bro. But we still talking about you actually getting, you know, like your real footing. Like you say, you run into the African guy in Jamaica.
Okay, so I'll be trying to bore people with the story, but I'm gonna tell you how I got there. So I left the guy I went to high school with, and now I'm working with these African guys, right? And these African guys, like the difference between them and the guy I was working with from high school was the African guy, the guy I went to high school with, he just wanted me to bring people to his house. This nigga lived in like a cottage in the middle of the woods. He'd have heat, central hair heat. He would have to chop wood to go put it in the middle of, like, it was weird as fuck. But because we didn't know what he was selling, nothing was ever on CDs. I just had to get people to pull up to the house. I know this might not sound like nothing to nobody, but I feel like you'll understand this. Nigga, I got Tony Draper to pull up.
Man.
Drake pulled up and was like, that's how hard I was hustling for this guy. And then he played me. So I'm working with these African guys. They're different. They're like, no, we're going to New York. We got to go big. So we in New York.
Are
so the problem
they producers? Like, what are they positions? What are they?
So they were a record label. I'm glad you asked me this because usually people don't care about the details. They were a record label called Silverback Entertainment. And they had an artist signed to them that was my friend. So that artist is like, yo, this guy Ray, why don't y'all fuck with him? He was over here fucking with that kid on Old National. We should work with him. So they bring me in, and they got him. They're pushing my artist, Noah, and they're pushing Banja. He's an artist also. So while they're pushing Banja, they're pushing Noah. They give me, so we drive into New York in my car. I want you to understand how humbling this has to be for me. We're driving to New York in my car with money that I borrowed from my homies. Because they was a label, but they had no money. And when we get to New York, I had to stay with their CEO who lived in the projects. Now, mind you, I'm a hood nigga, but you know, in the hood nigga, we ain't bowing down to nobody unless you give us a motherfucking reason. I ain't giving you the CEO title because you broke as me. That's how I thought. I'm 21, he like 37. I'm like, well, I want to be like this nigga. So they didn't like me but then they would always say, it's not about who has the most. It's about who knows the most. So now I'm learning shit that goes against everything that I thought. So, and it was good for me. But they didn't like the fact that, so another thing, man, I'm that nigga, bro. I ain't trying to be arrogant, bro. I'm that nigga, bro.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit, my nigga.
Nigga, I was 22, 23 years old, running up in Puff parties, Jay-Z parties, sneaking in parties with a jacket on with 10 CDs in each pocket, running up on niggas, giving niggas a CD. Yo, I'm such and such, I'm Ray. I'm telling you, we do this, we're going to take over. And they loved me, bro. Bro, they loved me. Like, they would ask, and here's the crazy part. This is why we really fell out. 10 pocket full of CDs. CEO broke as fuck, living in Park Hill. Nigga, I'm in the city. I'm in Manhattan. My name is not on the CD for contact. For contact, you contact him. Now, mind you, I'm an American, but I ain't stupid. I'm like, so,
Right.
and I'm
Y'all
only
try to
talking, and
workhorse
I'm
you.
only talking to Americans who aren't stupid. We ain't in Africa pushing this shit. We in Manhattan pushing this shit. So niggas is fucking with me. And then they call the number, and then they hear this African guy talk. And he's like, hello? Like, and they like, is this Ray? No, this is Kofa. And they was like, well, where's Ray? Oh, we'll meet when we come meet with you. Ray will be there, and then they'll be like, "Why are you not on the CD? Why are we not talking to you? Who are these guys?" And I'm like, "That's who I'm with." And it was like they didn't say this to me, but I know they felt it because I would have felt it. I think they were really looking at me like, "Why are you with them?
Mm.
They need you." So anyway, we finally get a CD to D. Angeletti. Shout out to D. Angeletti. I will say the nigga name 100 million times. Derek D. Angeletti was one of the people that called back 7 months later. We go to the party. We go to his studio with him. And this is the thing I didn't like about the African guys. When they would dress like me and you every day, but when they went to meetings with labels or meetings with people that I set up, they would wear African clothes.
They put the shit on. Oh
Like
man.
the hat,
Yeah.
the African, and
Yeah.
then I don't even know if I'm being disrespectful, but I'm like, nigga, the artist ain't African. Don't give a fuck about y'all. What up, Hitmaker? I see you in, my nigga Hitmaker here. They don't give a fuck if you African. They don't give a fuck about that. Nigga, so what happened was that D-Dot was like, well, look, I like this kid, right? He's talking to me, I like him. So like him, he made me want to work with y'all. So fuck it, I'll do it. And then they fired me. The African guys did. They called me on the phone, was like, we don't want to work with you no more. We don't like who you are. We don't like how you move. And
This
they
is
were being facetious.
after
Like,
that meeting. This is like right after
this
that
is
meeting this happened.
after we knew that this is after meetings with Jive, meetings with D-Dot, meetings with Bad Boy. This is every fucking meeting was me. That's why I tell people, don't worry about the world. Sometimes we be so worried about that instant gratification that we forget do the work. Because let me tell you why. Because the people that fucking need to know are watching. I watch. Chastity, I got a girl running my shit right now, Chastity. I met her. She was working with Matt Hoffa, bro. I was just talking to her, like, and I liked her so much. I was like, yo, I know you were math, and I know you got MEO, but man, her dad lives in Atlanta. I was like, if you ever want to come live with your dad, I got a job for you.
Hmm.
Nigga, this girl didn't know that we was gonna be working together a year ago. We just was cool. She did the work. That's the key. Do the work. So anyway, they fired me. And facetious, by the way, they got a studio, they got all this shit in Atlanta. So they fired me and they like, yeah, and it was it was five of us. It was all four of them on the phone. And Noah was going crazy. Like, man, like Ray, they trying to get rid of you. I'm going with you. So they was like, Ray, we're getting rid of you. We don't want to work with you anymore. But it seems like Noah thinks that you can do something that we can't. So we're letting him out of his contract too. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? We don't know, but you always got the answers. You think you know it all, don't you? So you'll figure it out. And guess what the fuck I did? I figured
Figure
it
that
out.
shit out.
And guess what? All them niggas be calling me that nigga. And I love them all. But it's like, bitch, you wasn't always right. And you should have listened to me. I knew I wasn't always right. That's why I listened. You thought you knew it all. That's why I'm rich and you ain't. Because the people that knew it all saw me and was like, I want to help this kid win. Because this kid got so much passion in him. So D-Dot, I called D-Dot. I said, yo, Doc. Scared to death, by the way. Scared to death. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Doc, man, I gotta tell you something, man. He was like, what? I said, man, Banja and Kofa and all of them, they don't want to work with me and Noah no more. And he was like, and I was like, and they told me Noah's on, I got him to myself. And before I can get the rest out, he said, they not involved no more? I was like, no. He said, I hated them anyway. Me and you gonna do it. And me and him did it. And I got my check, and I ain't looked back since. Because I didn't give myself a fucking option. The problem is that people give themselves options. I don't have to listen to that nigga. Yes, the fuck you do. I don't have to do what they said try. Yes, the fuck you do. If you believe God sends messages, he can't send it through a letter. He can send it through people or coincidence or anything. He's telling you what to do. He's giving you the answers. That's why they didn't like me, because everybody we would meet, that was a real thing. Everybody we would meet would say, Noah was good, but the production could be better. And they were the producers. Bonjo was the producer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bonjo, so we would leave. So after about 5 meetings, of them telling us the production needs to be better. I'm like, we have a little huddle up outside of the meeting. Funny as shit. Have a little huddle. After you leave the meeting, you huddle up. So we outside, broke as fuck, outside, like, yo. So I go, man, everybody keeps saying we need new producers, man. What y'all think? And they was like, well, everybody, of course. And they would say this term. I hate niggas that got terms and statements. I hate it. Like, to make them feel good. So they'd be like, Ray, we always say either they're going to be a part of history or they're going to be a part of his story. And I'm like, yeah, but 5 people said we need production better. Like, y'all don't want to at least try different production? Nah, we good. And then they was like, you're starting to act like them. We don't want to work with you no more. You believe them. I'm like, I don't believe them. I don't have a choice but to believe them. They're on.
I'm trying to win, man. Yeah, I'm trying to win,
winning,
bro.
we're not. How do you argue with somebody winning? How? How do you? What are you doing? You're arguing for the loser if you're arguing against somebody winning. If you're arguing against somebody winning, you're fighting for the losing side. I don't want to be on the losing side of shit. So all I got to do.
That's about. I was gonna.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, one thing that I've learned just personally, bro, and I'm listening to you talk, is identifying the ego, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to
Man,
identify the
you
ego,
got to kill it. You got to know
yeah.
when the ego is talking. You got to know when the heart is talking. You got to know when fear is talking. You got to know when it's talking to you because you control it. I always say a lot of things I did that changed my life. One of the things I did is little simple steps I made. Instead of listening to myself, I talk to myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because when you listen to yourself, that's your conscious speaking. That's your subconscious speaking. That's the things that you can't control. That's like, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, what if that happens? Well, what if that guy's a thief? Well, what if that guy? Well, why am I? And I stopped doing that, and I stopped saying, I'm the best. They can't beat me. I'm gonna go. All I gotta do is make sure I do my process. There's no such thing as losses. There's W's and L's, but the L's are not losses. The L's are lessons. There's only wins and lessons, and that's how I live my life. So every day I learned the fucking lesson. So which means every day I got better. New face, what up, bro? Every day
New
I got
face.
every day I got better. Every day I won, and boom. Bro, I'm a inside job human being. Everything is inside. You can't tell me nothing about me. I know what's inside. Now, if you tell me something about me that I didn't recognize, I received that. But you can't tell me my intent. Like me and my publicist, I don't want to. He probably get mad at me for saying this, but we always argue because we had an argument once that he was like, Ray, they can twist your words. And I said, that's their ugly heart thing. My heart is pure. My heart is good. I love everybody. So if you're twisting my words, that's your ugly heart. Because I don't see nothing as negative. I see everything as an opportunity. Every day is an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity to grow, to be better, to learn, to teach, to build, to anything, every day. Or it's an opportunity to complain about what you don't have and how fucked up the world is and how nobody helps you. And if I had a chance in my way, all I need is like, shut the fuck up, go home. They don't care. I watch these, I tell everybody that I talk to, I watch these animal videos on Instagram. Like I follow Eagle Domain, Big Cat Nambia. I follow all these pages because like yesterday, like earlier today on the way to the office, I see a page of 2 tigers basically eating and killing a baby deer, like on camera. And as humans, that's fucked up. That's a baby. Leave the baby alone. Animals
It's
don't
that
think. They don't.
it's the ferociousness, man. Like,
No, it's the survival of it all. It is.
yeah.
I understand that that's a baby deer, but this is how we survive. We always talk dog eat dog, but we don't see dogs eating dogs. It's not dog eat dog. It's the animal kingdom ecosystem that we're all involved in. The only difference between humans and animals is that we can remember and we can reason. If an animal doesn't remember, they don't. That's why they come back the next day and do the same thing. They don't remember, and they don't have reason. They don't say, "Well, maybe I should eat the big dog, the big deer, not the big." They're like, "This deer's here. We eating your ass." It's not fair. It's ugly to watch, but it happens every day. And I need to see that to remind me that you could be eaten one day just like that baby deer if you don't move smart. Or you could eat a motherfucker like the tiger if you move smart. But the one thing you gotta always do is move smart.
Yeah.
Period.
Man. Man, switch it up a little bit, bro, because I know they're gonna kick me off here in a minute. I only got like an hour time on this Instagram shit. Man, I saw you talking about I think it was you and Corey Mo, man, and you were saying, man, you would choose Pimp C over Ball and G, or if it was just UGK versus, Ball and G, you taking Pimp over everybody.
I'm taking Pimp. I'm taking only person in the South that I'm not taking Pimp over is Andre 3000. The only person in the South that I'm not taking Pimp C over is Andre 3000. You put Pimp C against
Pimp, you taking Pimp over Face over
I'm
everybody.
taking Pimp over
Scarface
Face. I'm taking Pimp over Tip. I'm taking Pimp over everybody. Jeezy, everybody. Everybody. That nigga was the one.
Yeah.
That nigga is the one, dog.
I know what he means to me being from Texas.
He was the one that he couldn't be on Earth that long. That's how special he was.
Yeah.
I'm taking him over Ludacris. I see everybody. I'm taking him over Luda. Listen, let me tell you why I say that. The most important thing in rap, when you're making music, is the first 4 bars.
They come line, yeah.
KP just did a show yesterday. We talked about that. By the way, the first A&R lesson D-Dot told me was the first 4 bars matter. So D-Dot, so now I'm focused. So now I'm thinking like, of course I'm like, hold on, let me listen to my favorite records. To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical dishes in your bush. Oh my God. They calling me to come back to the street. I'm Sean P. AKA, like nigga, them intros.
Yeah.
Name a nigga split on the beat better than Pimp. Smoking out, pulling up, keep a leader in my, like nigga, he just had the rhythm, bro. Like Pimp was like dog, he was, A-Ball and MJG is, I like better than UGK. But.
No shit?
A-Ball, UGK don't have a better album than Comin Out Hard. Don't do that. UGK
whoa.
UGK,
you're not finna sit up here and tell me Ridin Dirty ain't. Ridin Dirty, I'm taking, listen.
Ridin Dirty is good, but they got some skips on it.
What you skipping on Ridin Dirty?
Comin Out Hard don't have no skips.
Man, I got to pull these. I got to pull these. Listen, hold on. Let me see.
Let's look. I'm going to
Comin Out Hard.
Ridin Dirty, classic. Murder, classic. Diamonds in Wood, classic. She ain't tripping on me. She want to fuck my car, classic. Highlight, classic.
Pinky Ring, classic.
What's good stuff?
Looking for that good. What? That nigga say.
Then you looking for it,
man. How he came on that? That good stuff?
Watch this, Donnie. Go to Comin Out Hard. Name any song, and I can recite a verse word for word on any song on that album.
See, I ain't show up prepared to talk about this, bro. That's why I'm kind of missing you right now. But
I'm always prepared. Didn't I tell you want to talk music? You want to talk sports? You want to talk anything? I am prepared. Every day, I am prepared, bro. Bro, I talk shit on the internet not for a living, but I talk shit for fun, and I'm doing pretty good at it. You don't think I be having people ready to argue me everywhere I go? I gotta be ready.
Man, this shit come down to preference, bro. I can't give you Comin Out Hard over Ridin Dirty, bro.
It does, but what I'm telling you is that. Man, Mr. Big, they call him Mr.
Classic album. Pimps is classic. Pimps is classic, bro. It's classic shit on there.
No, listen. Ridin Dirty is a classic. But I'm telling you, Comin Out, UGK does not have a better album than Comin Out Hard. Now, does UGK have a better, if you gave maybe 20 songs, I don't know. Because UGK spread their wings and flew a little bit more than A-Ball and MJG.
Bro, I got to pull up Ridin Dirty. I can't give you that one, dog. You just said a lot of real shit up until this point.
Listen, bro.
You just said a whole lot of real shit till we got to this part right here, dog. Nigga. I can't give it to you.
Nigga. Hey, man, bro, them niggas, and not only that, there was nothing that UGK would say that a 14-year-old Ray could relate to. Like, UGK, like when
I mean, that was real street. It was real street shit.
Grand, I ain't repping shit to my money in my, like it was like that was cool to me. But when you hear nigga, what he say? He said, start with conversations with me about the way I talk, about the way I dress, about how my girl is so fresh. Like, then he like, these nigga, it was like pimps. Yeah, nigga, I want to be a pimp, nigga. Daniel,
I
you
don't
from
know,
Texas.
bro.
By the way, y'all from Texas. So I understand
Yeah,
why
that
y'all
shit,
arguing.
that shit hit different in Texas, bro. Daniel, yeah, come on, bro. Tell him,
I
Daniel.
see
Come on,
Daniel.
bro.
I see Daniel.
Come on,
I'm just
dog.
saying. I'm just saying to you that I get it, and I understand why people will pick UGK over 8 Ball and MJG. But the two most important albums to my entire childhood are Comin Out Hard and Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music.
Rest in peace, Rico Wade. Is that okay? We can go Outkast. That's my favorite Outkast album.
Southern
The first one.
Playalistic? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my
That,
favorite one. Yeah,
to
it's my
me,
favorite
Southern
one.
Playalistic, then ATLians,
Yeah.
then Stankonia, and then I put Comin Out. I just argue about this yesterday with KP and Blue on the show.
I might take equipment out with Stankonia.
Nah,
I'm taking equipment out with
nigga.
Stankonia. Now what
Okay,
you
so
judge? What you
name the
judging it on?
singles. Name the singles on the Comin Out.
Fucking skewed on the Barbies, all the storytelling. It
All
was
right,
real
come on,
shit.
let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Let's
Uh,
go.
with Rosa Parks. Fucking
Parts. That's the 3 singles. Now,
right.
Bombs Over Baghdad.
Yeah.
Nothing is more iconic in Atlanta history than Andre 3000 running through
Yeah.
Bankhead Court with it purple with all the kids chasing him.
But nigga, when you talking
Bombs
about
Over
singles, you talking
Baghdad.
about
Bombs Over
singles,
Baghdad.
bro.
Bombs Over Baghdad.
Yeah.
That's Bombs Over Baghdad.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
fresh, so
Miss
clean.
Jackson. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. And so fresh, so clean. Yeah.
So fresh, so clean.
Yeah.
And then it was one more. It was one more.
On
Dog,
Stankonia?
dog, dog. I'm gonna take dog. And then not only that, nigga, they got a song on that album called Gangsta Shit.
Yeah.
Nigga. 3 songs. I'm from College Park, Georgia, nigga. Three niggas on that song mentioned. You know that I'm from CP. Like, nigga. So that album is that. And then hold on one second. I'm looking at the Stankonia album right now. So Miss Jackson, Bombs Over Baghdad. What was the other one?
Fresh, so clean. So fresh, so
Gangsta Shit,
clean.
So Fresh, So Clean. Yeah, I would take that over. I would take that over that. I would take
See,
it over that.
Stankonia had some of my favorite singles, but as a whole body of work, I'd take Equipment Out
I
over
can
there.
see that, but I didn't like Comin Out. I liked Outkast, but I didn't like Comin Out. But like to me, Outkast peak was Bombs Over Baghdad to me. Like to me, that because you got like historically speaking, that is the album that's the first album that the Organized Noise didn't
Yeah.
produce.
Yeah.
Outkast produced the whole album.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do so fresh, so clean, but
No,
yeah,
no,
everything else.
but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even if they didn't,
They didn't oversee it. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
this is the first album that Rico said I had to let Outkast lead on that album because they wanted because I guess I remember he said Andre said that he wanted to look like the music.
Yeah.
And he felt like he didn't look like the music. So he wanted to make music that looked like him. So yeah.
Wait. New Face say Tip or Luda. Who you got on that? I'm gonna probably take Tip over Luda. And I love both of them.
I went to high school with Luda. I went to middle school with Tip. I'm gonna say Tip only because to me Tip was the first Atlanta artist to pick up where UGK and 8 Ball and MJG left off. And because he was from Atlanta, it felt different. And that's why he blew up the way he did. Ludacris was a straight rapper. He wasn't selling swag. He was but he was a great MC who could make great music. But to me, Tip was creating a lifestyle that everybody follows to this day.
Yeah. Tip, I'm gonna tell you about Tip. See, 24s was dope, but when he say, I'm 22 when the vet in the game, but that BE, that's when I was like, nah, this is the next nigga.
That nigga different.
This the next nigga.
That nigga different. He different.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, that was it, man. Well, damn, bro. Man, independent, bro. Talk about the independent game. I know you in the major label system, man, but like, how do you feel about the independent?
I'm not a major label system.
Why don't you come from that? You know what I'm saying? You come from that, but
I'm gonna tell everybody. Drake is independent. Taylor Swift is independent. Every artist is independent. No artist is on a major label. Saying major versus independent is what fucks artists' minds up. Because they think at a major label now, I got help. You never have help. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I did a call yesterday with YouTube, right? I got some friends at YouTube. Shout out to Tuma. You know, they really like, they my family, and they was like, yo, we want to help you build your platform more. So they just did a call. And they just like giving me some information. Nigga, it was 30 minutes of information. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, and here's this, and this, this. And it's like, nigga, I'm in here like, oh my God. And you know what I said to myself when I hung up the call? That's just YouTube. What about now? I gotta do the same hour call with Spotify. I gotta do the same hour call with Apple. I gotta do the same hour call with Deezer. Fucking with Tidal. Dog, it is tiring as fuck to do this. We don't have no time to be complaining about who does what or who doesn't do what. Because it's your career. It's your career. It's always yours. So if you don't tell yourself you're independent, even if you are signed to a major of all majors, you're gonna lose. Because if you tell yourself you're independent, that tells you that you need help on your side. I need a marketing person. I need a content person. I need a fucking person, a PR person. I need that. Everybody is independent. Majors and independent. Everybody's independent, whether they think it or not.
That's what's up. Man, talk about what was the switch though, bro? Because I mean, you came from, you know, the A&R, which is more of a background thing. What was the switch to say, man, I'm getting ready to start a platform, you know what I mean? I'm getting
I'm
ready to
glad,
get my...
but that's a great question. You know what the switch was? Shout out to my artist Kane the Love Child. Y'all click and follow him. I love that kid. He signed to us through Rock Nation. Hold on. So here's what it is. I've had 4 major label gigs, right? I was a consultant with Universal Motown. Then I left there. I went to go work for Epic. And I left there, and I went to work for Interscope. Then I left there, and I went to go work for Warner. Every time I walked in the room, they would say, Warner's in the house. Epic is in the house. Motown is in the house. I'm the same nigga. I'm the same nigga. I got tired of that. I got tired of niggas being nice to me because of the job I had. Bitch, I'm great whether I'm at the job or not. Michael Jordan is rich outside of the NBA than he was when he was in the NBA. That's because he's great no matter what. So I just got tired of people. I just was like, it would irritate me because people would say the labels. Like, I'm like, nigga, that's somebody else's name. Jack Warner. That's somebody else's name. Motown was fucking Barry Gordy's. I don't want credit for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the jobs, but now when people say, ask Ray Daniels from the God Show, that's mine.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have 5% of the love because of who I am than 100% of the love because of who I'm with.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Well, man, what I got stuff I want to talk to you offline, and I don't really want to put here. But
Sure.
man, what's next for you, bro?
I'm just on the journey.
Like, what are you looking at right now?
I'm just on the journey. I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it's going to end. I didn't know what time it's going to start. I'm just talking to you. That's how I work, bro. Like, that's why I'm happy in life, because I'm not focused on what's next. I'm next. I'm next. I'm now. I'm tomorrow. I'm all of that shit. And that's where I'm at. So I don't really get caught up in trying to predict the future as much as I used to, as much as I'm caught up in trying to make sure I'm happy with today.
Real shit.
That's really where I'm at. Like, I just want to be happy today. Like, happiness is my goal.
What do you think is the root? Because I mean, it's a lot of people that feel like, even if they don't realize they're unhappy. My thing is, I've realized it, but there's a lot of unhappy people in the world, man. Like, what do you think is the whole key to that?
Because our natural inclination is to look at others around us and blame them. But Michael Jackson said, a Virgo said, start with the man in the fucking mirror.
Wait, you Virgo too?
Hell yeah, I'm a Virgo. You can't tell?
I knew it was something. I'm 9/6, September 6th, man.
I'm September 19th.
Oh yeah, we right there. Yeah,
I've been on a Virgo any day, bro. Virgos are gonna figure it out. Our desire to be perfectionists is what drives us to figure things out and master things.
Do the shit the right way.
We don't want to just do it. We want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I always just wanted to figure it out. I just wanted to do it right. My whole life, that's all I've been chasing. I didn't really my father wasn't around like that. We didn't have a lot of people in my life that poured into me. Actually, no one poured into me, just being honest with you. That's why even when I met Bonja, I appreciated, he was hard on me, but I appreciated because he poured in on me. It was like, I don't care if it's hard. I need to be better. Help me. So, you know, I never really had a mentor. I never had that. So I just had my head on the swivel my whole life. I paid attention. Like, Steve Harvey has this funny ass joke. He says, what happens if you get outside the pearly gates and you see somebody trying to get in there that was better than you in life, that you knew they was doing better than you? And you trying to get in the pearly gates, and I see Donnie Houston, and he trying to get in there, and I'm like, they ain't letting you in. You cheat on, I know you cheat on your, I know you did all the bad shit I didn't do. And they ain't letting you in. That was I heard that joke when I was a kid, but that shit stuck with me as an adult because you start paying attention to the room. When they put you in the room, who they sitting you next to, that's what they think about you. When they call you in the order they call you, that's what they think about you. The world tells us what they think about us every day. We just don't fucking pay attention. So I just focus on being great and then enjoy watching how they approach now. That's what I'm happy. Man. It's fun.
Yeah. That's real, man. Well, man, listen, bro, I ain't gonna keep you too much longer, man. I appreciate it, dog. We got to connect, you know what I'm saying, offline, especially you talking about coming to Houston, man. Definitely want to.
No, I want that for real. I'm going to get with you because, you know Chastity, right? You got Chastity? Y'all connected?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now I'm going to have Joe connect y'all. But, yeah, let's put I want to do, 5 cities. I want to come to 5 different cities. And I want to really sit in the room with I want to be with the right people in the city, but I want to sit in the room with the right people. And I want to really open up the doors for anyone who wants to come in that wants to win. Because the dream is sold separately. And just because you have it don't mean it belongs to you. And I want to talk to my people, man, because I love us. And, man, dog, my mom, I told you, my mom worked with me at all those jobs. My mom ain't worked in fucking 11 years because of music. That's one of the things that made me happy. I want everybody to retire their mom or have the ability to, because then you'll feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
So for me,
your mom, what was your...
Go
ahead, my bad. I ain't gonna say.
I'm going to say for me, it was just I always say, I know what hip hop did for my family. I know what it did for me and my family. So I wanted to do that. I know what music did for my family. And I want everybody to have that opportunity that wants it. So, man, last thing I tell you, I remember, I'm going to say his name. I never said this on record. I never said this on record before. I was trying to be in the music business. I dropped to New York first time and figure out what Def Jam is. I'm enamored by this shit. So as I'm walking in Def Jam, I see Tata in the Bentley. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Tata from the fucking Jay-Z. So yo, Tata, yo, rap. And he's like, oh yeah. Yo, go to the building. That building right, that's Def Jam. Stand outside. Everybody's out there. You'll run into every A&R. And I remember I was like, for real. And he stood outside. We didn't see nobody. I was like, that nigga played the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And then I think about the days where, because dog, I'm a good person, man, and I obviously share information. You see that. So because I share information, I kind of expected everyone to do like me. So I would run into people that looked like me and ask them for the answers, and they would deliberately tell me something wrong. And I didn't know it was deliberate. I thought they was being good people. It's like, you ever seen Happy Gilmore? I learned everything from movies. Yeah. Remember when he thought he finally was trying to act like a golf player, and they were like, meet us on the green at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll all be there. It's a little ritual. Then he goes out there at 3, and then the
sprinklers come on.
Sprinklers come on, and that's when he knew. Yeah. Damn, I ain't one of them. That was that moment for me. Like, damn, I ain't one of them. Fuck. So I remember I was like, you know what, God, if you get me in position, I'm gonna tell everybody. Anybody that wants it, I'm gonna give them the information. I'm gonna be your biggest worker. I'm gonna give anybody who wants it, I'm gonna give it to them. And I've been just staying true to my word. So when people don't do it, it's cool. But you know how many people I met with, I was like, you ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just doing what I promised God I would do. Whether you listen or not, that's not on me. I gave you the information. That's why I stand with it.
Yeah. Man, to close it out, man, make it full circle. You had mentioned your mom. You know, you were able to retire. Does she see now? You know what I mean? Has she come back and y'all had that conversation? And do you got no? It's just
hell no. Nah. I mean, it's the hardest part, and I'm telling this to everybody because I'm very open. The hardest part to being successful when you come from nothing is not the successful people. They actually want to let you in. Like, if somebody came in here that really wanted this shit right now, I would give my opportunity right now. But I gotta believe they want it. The problem ain't the people at the top. The problem is the people at the bottom. That's the challenge. So, you know, my mother, she lives in a mansion. She has a Range Rover, no bills, but she still didn't do the work it took to get to that level. It ain't like she worked. Her son worked and just said, "Mom, you ain't got to work no more." So now I'm at this point in my mom where I'm like, you're going to have to do work too now. Because my job is not to always fulfill you. Like, I always tell people, I'm like, dog, when I was 16, bro, and I got my first paycheck from McDonald's. It was $149. I'll never forget it. My first paycheck I ever worked for, paid taxes for. And I took the bus to the train to Greenbrier Mall, and I was shopping with me and my friends. And I forgot to call my mom. I was just so excited that I had a fucking check. Spent the whole check, Donnie. Whole check. Whole check was gone. Call my mom from the payphone. I'm 16. Call my mom from the payphone. Mom, where you at? I'm like, oh no, I got paid today. I know you got paid today. Where the fuck are you at? I'm like, I'm at the mall. I hope you ain't spend your whole paycheck, nigga. I hope you ain't blow that paycheck. I did though. And she was like, you better take some shit back and bring me $50 out that check. So I remember it was like right when the mall was closing, I had to run back to Burlington Coat Factory. I had to return some things to make sure I gave my mom $50. All my friends that I was with that day laughed at me. Man, your mom take your check. Your mom make you pay bills. Man, I fucked up. Man, my mama don't do shit. And I hated my mom for that. But nigga, where I'm at right now, I take care of so many people. My overhead for my whole life is about $60,000 a month. When I say that shit out loud, I can't believe that I'm swinging it. But the reason why I'm swinging it is because when I was 16, my mother took my fucking check, bro. She took it. And every check from then, every check I get, I always know I got to share with my family. Every check. And I've done that thus far. But at the same time, just because money is around doesn't mean people are happy. So my mother, we good, but she don't really give a fuck what I do. She don't take interest in what I wish she did. But my mother would rather, she's still the same mother, still want money to go do what she wants to do, and I give it to her. But I'm getting richer and richer and happier, and I'm seeing her kind of like mad about dumb shit. I'm like, Mom, you ain't got nothing to be mad about. I take care of you have literally not worked in 11 years. Quit her job, got the 401k, and spent it. Nigga, it's all on me. That's why I'm literally this month, I'm paying her house off. I'm just paying, I owe like $350,000. I want to pay it off. Cause I'm like, y'all ain't gonna never change. So I'm gonna just make sure you're always straight, and I don't want those bills. So I'm gonna pay the house off. But bro, like, I wish that they took interest in me, but you know, everybody got their own fucking plights they gotta go through. Everybody got their own mission they gotta fight. I beat my demons, and you know, you gotta choose to beat yours. And we good. Ain't no problems or nothing like that, but it's just, my mom has been in my studio twice, and it was only when somebody that she knew wanted to see what Raymond was doing. She never came for herself. She doesn't come to no events I'm doing. Like, my sister starts a company, my whole family rallies around. Oh my God. When I do shit, they don't give a fuck. But guess what? Who gives a fuck? I didn't do it for them. I did it for me. That's why I said, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. And to me, happiness is an inside job. And I hope everybody around me focuses on their happiness. Like I'm focusing on mine.
That's real, man. Well, man, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I hope everybody watching this, man, was able to pick up something. Cause
I'll tell you something. If they don't, we still did God's work, bro.
Yeah.
That's not for us to make that decision. The pastor don't worry about what's going. He preaches and he goes on to the next sermon. That's why I'm so confident in what I'm doing and what I'm saying, because I'm like, I know it's right. And at the end of the day, if you don't listen, that is on you.
Real shit. Real shit. That's what it is. Well, man, listen, bro, we'll chop it up again soon, man. I appreciate you, man.
Bro. Hit me anytime, and we'll connect offline about the Houston stuff too.
All right, back.
All right, my brother.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston Podcast, man.